back when I first got into it in 2012, the Bitcoin QT, the Bitcoin Core wallet, was my first wallet, which was it had a full node with it. So I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't come from tech or engineering. I came from a finance background. And so for me, having that as my first wallet was hugely confusing. I didn't know what public private keys were. I was like, why does my wallet have to sync with this thing called a blockchain? It was tremendously difficult. Also, to buy Bitcoin, I had to wire money to Japan, to Mt. Gox, which took like 3 to 7 days. And I'm crossing my fingers it gets there. I mean, Bitcoin at that time was still very shady. Like it was very shady, really hard to use. And so as the years progressed, Mt. Gox collapsed. We weren't sure if Bitcoin is going to come back. Silk Road got shut down. We weren't sure if that was the driving demand factor for Bitcoin. And later we would find out like, oh, because of its use in dark markets isn't what drives demand ultimately. A month after Silk Road collapsed, Bitcoin 10x'd and went from $100 to 1,000 at the end of 2013. And so, how I'm feeling about Bitcoin now is we've gone through all these struggles. Like we've seen Bitcoin ebb and flow over the years, and we've seen the space had all these structural issues. Like Mt. Gox was 90% of exchange volume. You had different companies that the space was dependent on, and if they had failed, Bitcoin would have been in a really bad spot. Where we are now is super strong. Bitcoin itself has resisted a civil war with the Bcashers. It has fended off attacks from Ethereum and other chains in terms of narrative attacks where people go, oh, the flippening will occur. And currencies and money are reflexive. So as more people believe in it, it grows stronger in price, and that price grows more and more adoption. So these narratives are critical to defend, and Bitcoin defended itself both on the narrative side, on the business side, and the technical side. And so Bitcoin has never been stronger. I've waited 8 years to see this moment. The protocol is strong, the exchange infrastructure side is strong. There's tons of open source development. There's tons of new wallets and GUIs and interfaces that we can use that are much more intuitive for humans versus the old Bitcoin QT client that I had back 8 years ago. And then we've got this macro backdrop of big financial crisis. The COVID-19 essentially creating this huge issue with the overall economy. Bitcoin was built and planted in this moment in 2008 as an antidote to poor central banking policy, and we're about to print a literal infinity amount of fiat money. And there's only 21 million Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has survived this long. Everything's ready to go. It's the way I kind of liken it is that it's like a play. The orchestra is in the pit, the conductor, or the people are all ready to begin the play. All the actors and actresses are in place. The set and the backgrounds are all set up. We just need the market to begin. And then when we begin, this is the game this is the play that I've been waiting for. So I couldn't be more bullish is the answer, the short answer.